They say like monsters.
It's the real Steve.
That's what the city need to hear, man. For the culture, straight up.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Real Steve's Web Show. I'm your host, Dante, and this is a do-rag. Because I told y'all I was doing the No Shave November. I told y'all, episode 3, I'm being here looking a little crazy. I told y'all I was going to be here looking a little crazy, okay? So I can't have y'all seeing what's going up on up under here, alright? But we not from New York, we from DC. So first of all, let me, you know what I'm saying, the do-rag is not our thing now. But it has been helpful, you know what I'm saying? It has been very helpful. But we'll do it like this instead. So don't worry about, you know what I'm saying, Wolfman Tay right here. Just focus on what I'm about to get y'all. And that's the real Steez, alright? So check it. We're gonna jump straight into it. I got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? This ain't gonna be one of the funniest episodes, but it's probably gonna be one of the most serious ones, alright? But we're gonna start off light, alright? So first of all, Nicki Minaj drops this photo shoot for Paper Magazine. Okay? And as you can see, these photos were pretty provocative, okay? She busting it all down for Paper Magazine. Broke the internet for sure. Absolutely broke the internet. And everyone had an opinion about it, including the ex-Rough Rider, Eve. Okay? Now I'm sure you all remember Eve from the 90s. But when Eve was asked how she felt about the photo shoot, she responded with this.
From my point of view, personally, I would not be able to do that. I think in this climate, it's not good. I think every artist has a right to express themselves however they want to express themselves, and I respect that as well. For me personally, as I started coming up in the business, I started realizing that young girls were looking up to me and younger people were looking up to me, and that, not that you want to be a role model, but it becomes what you become. It is what you are. That's your responsibility.
And you know, and I can dig that. That's real shit, man. Whether you want to be a role model or not, you got 16 million followers on Instagram, you're a role model. You got a heavy following of young girls and teenage girls and grown women following you and seeking inspiration from you on a daily basis. There's nothing you can do about it. But a lot of women were starting to say shit like, oh, Eve can't be talking shit. She got the paw prints, some tattoos on her titty. She the one who started the paw print tattoos on her breasts. Okay, see now, first of all, it's one thing to have paw prints on your chesticles. Okay? It's another thing to be simultaneously eating yourself out and playing with your nipples. Okay, so it's big difference. It's big difference. So don't do that. Don't do that to Eve. Second of all, the main point I really want to make is against these women who keep saying she's being empowered by her sexuality. She's expressing herself. You know, and don't get it twisted. By all means, are you free to do whatever you want with your body and your image, and you don't have to care about, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to, you know? You can definitely do whatever you want with your body as a grown woman, but don't keep misconfiguring being empowered by your sexuality with actual hyper-sexuality, okay? Because hyper-sexuality is a thing. And anytime a woman go do some butt-naked, wild, provocative, promiscuous stuff, people always try to run to the defense when she's a strong black woman empowering herself with her sexuality. Cut that out. Stop it. Because as long as y'all keep confusing the two terms, it's almost to the point where nothing is hypersexualized. It's just empowering yourself with your sexuality, strong woman. And the generation of girls watching this and learning from this and ingesting all this information grow up thinking this shit is cute. They think it's okay. So when these creep-ass photographers got you, you know what I'm saying, butt-ass naked in the sandbox outside on the playground, talking about he know what he doing, you think you empowering yourself with your sexuality. You out there looking like a nut. Stop it. Stop it. Care about your image a little bit more than you seem to. Because the photo shoot is hot. It's hot, but it's like, it's hot for like a porno cover album or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is explicit. That's explicit. And for the amount of little young Barbies that follow Nicki Minaj, that's not what you need to be showing them. That should not be their example of empowering themselves. Like, so let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments below. We can discuss that later on. But I'm going to go ahead and move on. I wanted to speak on the rap game real quick. Because we love hip-hop here. We love hip-hop with the Real Steez Web Show, and we're passionate about it, man. You know, so passionate about it, we get frustrated when we think of the current state of the game. because this genre that was built on lyricism and content has absolutely nothing to do with lyrical content these days. Like, literally, the worst lyricists will have the highest charting music in the game, yo. It's just completely backwards. And that's frustrating for people like me who are really passionate about hip-hop and that type of music. And I honestly want to blame these DJs. I did a little rant on my Instagram, and I figured, you know, let me put this on the show so I could stamp that and officially make this statement. Like, I kind of want to put it on the DJs and these producers, man. And don't take it personal if you're a producer or a DJ watching the show. It's just a general statement I'm making. But y'all are the gatekeepers to the rap game. You know what I'm saying? I can't go from rapper to superstar without coming through a producer or a DJ who helped me mix, master, record, and promote my product. You know what I'm saying? And as a producer, as a DJ, you have a choice. You have a choice to allow these people in your facility and use your equipment and record their stuff and promote their stuff out to the public. You got a choice. That's up to you. And at one point when lyricism was the name of the game, demo tapes was getting turned down and artists was getting turned away from record labels. Like, no. That shit is horrible. We're not playing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you suck, you was getting turned down. But now it's just like, as long as you got that money, as long as you got that check, you come here and record whatever incomprehensible bullshit you want to say. And I'll punch you in 1,000 different times, no matter how long it take you to get them 5 bars down. I keep punching you in, but it's okay because your communication skills not up to par. It's okay because your reading level isn't high enough for you to be able to keep up with the words that you're trying to say in that rhythm. I got you. You still should try to be a rapper. You still should invest all your time and money in this, bro. Keep coming back to the studio and keep recording this shit, because it don't matter if you come in here and go Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang 25 times on the whole song. I'm mad at y'all because y'all not in there going, no, bro, this bullshit. This bullshit. Get out of here. Take them headphones off. Go home, write some shit down, make it suspenseful, and don't come back until something dope hits you. Like, no. If I was a producer, I probably wouldn't have the most clientele, okay? Because I'm not letting you record that bullshit just because you got enough money to. I'm going to protect the game from bum-ass niggas like you who just want to come in here and play around and bullshit on the track. You need to be going and figuring out what it is that God really got meant for you to be doing with your life. Because you wasting your time in the studio every day. Like, my little nephew can't gain nothing productive from seeing you jumping around in your mama's kitchen with the 30 out, with the beam on it, drinking lean and popping pills all day. How in the fuck can my little nephew benefit from seeing that every day? And every rapper is doing the exact same thing. Y'all all look the same in the video. Jumping around with the 30 out. Like, and you're not talking about nothing. You're not talking about nothing productive, man. And it's frustrating. I just want y'all to do better. I just want better for this genre that I love, man. And niggas like y'all are allowing niggas like them to ruin the game, man. One artist, one group, one music video, one studio session at a time. So, just, yeah, man, cut it up. Cut it up. Cause like, you either got a passion for it or you in the way. You either got it or you making those of us who do got it look bad. Cause it's niggas. I've been talking heavy since episode 4, season 1. And if you feeling some type of way, if anybody out there feeling like, oh, Dante, you suck, you can't rap. If anybody want to jump out there, we can link up on the show. I say a verse, you say a verse. We can let the public decide who got the better verse. Like, at any given moment, I'm more than happy to show anybody why I rap better than them. Cause we confident over here on this one. So holla at me. Comment below, send me an email. We can set that up. We can have a rap off right here on the Real Streets Web Show. Just let me know. Cause I actually listen to the words in these songs, man. Pay attention to the lyrics, right? Which kind of brings me on to this next topic I want to talk about. Cause I was, you know, I gotta holler at Patti LaBelle real quick now, okay? Yeah, I was doing some critical thinking while I was listening to the one song, If Only You Knew, okay? Everybody know the Patti joint, isn't it?
Only you knew how much I do love.
So I'm listening to that joint, right? And after careful consideration, You know, it's really just a song about how Patti LaBelle got some bad communication issues, okay? Because she said she rehearsed her lines 1,000 times. She had it memorized, but she never actually said it out loud. You know what I'm saying? She never actually said what she really had to say to the guy, right? So then she tried to blame my man. She tried to put it on him and go say, if only you knew how much you know what I'm saying? Like, if only you knew. Nah, Patty. If only you knew how to express yourself and say what you had on your mind, old buddy over here would know exactly how much you love him. Okay? Like, that's what's wrong with y'all women out here, man. Patti LaBelle helped me see that real quick. That y'all be quick to put it on us, but y'all don't even try. Y'all use the fact that most men be on some bullshit as an excuse to not be all the way on your shit. Like, yeah, hold on, let me get a witness. I know somebody felt that when I said that just now, okay? Like, you will literally be feeling some type of way. You could be literally having something on your mind that you legit should say to somebody. Something that you really feel like you want to get off your chest. But you're so scared and you're so worried about the reaction that you might get. You're so worried about how they might react to what you say, you literally just don't say anything. You shut down and go, no, I'm just going to keep it inside, keep it to myself. I'm not going to say nothing. I might throw a hint out there and wait for you to catch on, but I'm not ever actually going to open my mouth and use my words and say what I got to say. And that was my fault, because I don't know how you feel for real, because you want me to catch on to your hints instead of using your words like a big girl. What if MLK finished rehearsing the I Have a Dream speech and was like, nah, black people not gonna feel this when I say this, man. They still gonna be on that bullshit. I'll go out there and say this speech. I'm just not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna say the speech because stop being a punk. Stop being a punk, Patty. Seriously, ladies, stop being a punk. Risk that rejection. You gotta take that risk, mom. You gotta take that risk. You might get rejected. You might waste your time and say how you feeling. He might not pay attention to it. But at least you did your part, you know? You know what I'm saying? Don't keep all that stuff inside. You keep so much stuff inside of you. And then that shit come, like, that's another story, man. But just stop being a punk. Take a risk on that rejection and spread yourself. Express yourself, man. Stop it. Express yourself. Moving on. Now shit about to get a little real. Okay. A 2-year-old was denied a kidney transplant from the hospital. His father, who was 100% match, had violated his parole and got arrested. Now, the father had to be released on a $1,000 bond. And even afterwards, the hospital still denied the kidney transplant because they wanted to make sure that the father was in compliance with his parole officer for 3 months. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Okay? So, the 3 months go by, the little kid, this infant, still does not have a kidney. Meanwhile, we have a 100% match who we could take care of that real quick with. Meanwhile, while we waiting for that, little kid catches pneumonia and an infection and is getting so sick that now people from the community are starting to come out and protest and rally against this hospital injustice right here, okay? So after all these people come out and show their support, the doctors at the hospital sit down and they decide to reverse their decision and decide to go ahead and perform the surgery. But even still, it's going to take a month until they can get to the surgery now because the baby's been pushed back from his original spot in line. But all is fair in law and order, though, right? That's how the judicial system works. Like, fuck if your baby need a kidney. You better pay us $1,000 if you want to go try and save your dying infant. Like, we don't care about your dying child. It's law and order. You got to serve this time, bro. Now, remember this because I'm going somewhere. All right, moving on. All right, now, moving on. A non-active judge, someone who was past the bar exam, Letitia Astacio, or Astacio, okay? I don't really know how it's supposed to go. But Letitia, she willingly shows up to court for an alleged violation of her conditional discharge. Conditional discharge is just 2 fancy words for parole, all right? So she had been out of the country for months. No idea that she had been issued a court appearance. And the day that she gets back to the United States, the same day that she realizes, same day that she finds out that she has a court date, shows up to court. makes it to court with an hour left, shows up to court, and then this happens.
I'm being illegally remanded to jail again. The court sentenced me to shock probation. The maximum shock term is 60 days. You indicated that on the record, so you're aware of it.
Yeah.
You took me into custody again, making that shock sentence illegal. You're relying on 1193 and you're incorrect
I'll
in that
read your
reliance.
papers.
Judge, I can't submit my papers from jail.
So I suggest that you have counsel to assist you.
I can't obtain counsel in jail. There's no legal authority for the court to incarcerate me. I came here today willingly of my own volition with 1 hour's notice that I had a court appearance.
You are remanded without bail until Monday at 11 a.m.
You cannot incarcerate me just because you're able to.
We are concluded with this proceeding.
This is illegal. You're illegally incarcerating me again. This is the third time you've illegally incarcerated me. There's no actual violation of my conditional discharge. You are not able to just make the law.
See, what the Honorable Judge Letitia failed to realize is, on numerous occasions, a lot of judges do just make up the law. And a lot of them can arrest you simply because they can. And a lot of them will arrest you, illegally incarcerate you simply because they can. Simply because they got the power to. So, who prosecutes the judge when they break the law, or bend it, or fabricate it? Who holds the judges accountable for their action? You know what I'm saying? And also, you can even be a judge yourself. But throw the skin complexion on it, though. Let you have some of this going on, and you still, nigga. Like, that white man didn't care about her ability to access the paper she needed or the counsel that she needed for her to get her stuff together. Just put that nigga in jail, because that's how I'm feeling. Let her figure it out. My court, my rules, next case. That's fucked up. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's illegal, right? Now, stay with me, because I'm about to bring all of this together, okay? Because this what really went the fuck down this week. Earlier during the week, the Philadelphian rapper Meek Mill got sentenced to serve 2 to 4 years in the state penitentiary for violating his parole. Now, these violations include popping a wheelie on a New York City street and breaking up a fight at the airport. Even the police who responded to the airport altercation say that Meek Mill had done the right thing in the situation. The district attorney in Philadelphia even agrees that neither one of those occurrences should be worthy of jail time or even a parole violation, okay? Now, let's talk about what the fuck parole actually is for real now, okay? And we'll use Meek Mill as an example because he specifically is serving a ridiculous amount of parole time. Now, it's 2008, you're 18 years old, a product of your environment, and you get arrested for being in possession of your personal piece of protection and the product that you sell, okay? Yeah, that was hot. But no, seriously, 2008, drugs and guns, 8 months in jail, 10 years of parole. Like, that's a long ass, unusual amount of parole time. Like, now, parole is a temporary release of a prisoner who agrees to certain conditions before the completion of their maximum sentence. Now, which really means you out, but for the next 3,650 days of your life, your ass is mine. Like you're out of jail, but you're nowhere near free if you're still on parole. Parole is how they keep you in the system, man. You know how they say don't get caught up in the system because it's designed to keep you in there. Parole is one of the main ways that they keep you stuck in that system, because it don't matter if you were ignorant youth back then and get arrested for guns and drugs. It doesn't matter if it's a decade later and you never touch another gun or drug again in your life. If you sneeze too hard in a public library and disturb the peace, I could lock your ass up, but that's how I'm feeling if I'm a petty judge like that. Like, you can turn your entire life around, reach new heights in your career, motivate your entire city to chase their dreams, put clothes on kids' back, and constantly give back to your community. But if you on parole, nigga, you better not pop a wheelie or break up no fight, or nigga, if you fart too loud in a restaurant and too many people complain, I'ma lock your ass up, nigga. Like, I can say you violated your drug and gun charge back in 2007 when niggas was chirping on their cell phones. You can still get in trouble for that and put you to jail for 2 to 4 years. And if I'm the judge, don't let me be having a bad day. Don't let my wife cuss me out in the morning, because when I get to court, ain't nobody getting bail. Everybody's serving maximum time, no bail, because that's how the judge feeling today. Like, and who gonna do something about it? Who can do something about it? And don't even get me started on how this judge is the same judge who asked Meek Mills to feature on one of his songs. She's asked Meek Mill to give her a shout out on one of his songs. She's even suggested who Meek Mill should use as his manager. She's even suggested that he make a remix to a Jodeci song and mention her name in it. She's tried to get Meek Mill to work with an artist that she allegedly represents. Meek Mill's lawyer said that Meek Mill said in response to her, I kind of don't sing and I don't really shout people out on my songs like that. And the judge's response to him was, okay, suit yourself. Suit yourself? That sounds personal as shit. What you mean suit myself? What do my songs and Jodeci and you got anything to do with my parole? You know? Like, that's why that same exact judge is under federal investigation for that inappropriate behavior in question. Like, at some point, we have to call bullshit on the judicial system. We have to agree that the government can snatch your freedom, your life, or your means of living away from you over bullshit laws and legislation that was written to keep people with this skin complexion as second-class citizens in the first place. With systems like parole board and parole officers and warrants and temporary discharges and halfway houses and house arrests. Like, all of those are different branches and systems and boards that help keep you in that system. Like, we already barely free as an oppressed people here in America. But if you get caught up in that judicial system, young, your ass will never know true freedom again. There's always going to be somebody on your line. Like, so to see that happen to Meek Mill after seeing Meek Mill turn his life around and start to do something really positive and start doing really good for himself. Yeah, so to see that happen to Meek Mill, that hurt us. That hurt a lot of his fans. That hurt Philadelphia. So what happened in Philadelphia? A bunch of people came out and they rallied and they marched and they supported and they protested against what was happening to Meek Mill. Half the city came out and stood up for this injustice that was affecting a black man. And y'all had the nerve to feel some type of way. People were actually upset. People were literally on Instagram justifying receiving 2 to 4 years for popping a wheelie. Receiving 2 to 4 years for breaking up a fight at an airport. People was even like, fuck Meek Mill. Like, what did he do to you? Why you so mad? Niggas was like, that's crazy how y'all doing all that for Meek Mill. But y'all ain't stand up and y'all ain't vote for this, or y'all ain't come out and march and protest against that. Like, really just giving him a hard time. Talking about, hey, that's what he get. He had specific instructions. He knew what he was supposed to do and what he shouldn't have did. He broke the law. He get what he deserved. That's what he get. And it's just, I find it, y'all calling them hypocritical, but I find y'all hypocritical, young. Because if your grandma got locked up on some bullshit, on some shit because the cop and the judge was being petty, and half the city came out and marched and protested for your grandmother, because we like, no, that's not fair. Grandma don't deserve that. I bet you wouldn't go on Instagram and be like, oh, that's crazy how y'all doing all this for my grandma, but y'all ain't do all this for such and such and such and such. And this happened every day. Now y'all want to come out and support my grandma because it happened to my grandma? Like, you hear how dumb, you hear how negative you sound? You sound so negative. Shut up if you ain't got nothing nice to say. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, you sounding like a hater, young. Because what's really happening is a bunch of people are coming out and they standing up for this black man. And you upset. You upset because people coming out and supporting this black man? Like, I guess all those people who came out in that community and protested for so that little infant baby could get that left kidney transplant, I guess they was dicky. I guess they was wave riding. They should have just stayed where they was at. You know what I mean? Or, I guess every decision the judge makes is fair and constitutional, right? Like, that's what y'all telling me. Don't stand up for my fellow black man ever, since I haven't been in the past, right? Since I haven't done anything in the past that I coulda, woulda, shoulda done, don't go stand up for that black man now. It's always the people who not with it. They gotta speak bad or negatively on it. And that's just corny to me, man. So cut that off. Cut that shit out, man. Stop it. And care about your people and care about what's going on and look at the bigger picture, young. It's not just about Meek Mill. Meek Mill may have been the one who sparked this whole thing off, and that may make you feel however you feel, but at the end of the day, the whole country is talking about the injustice system and the parole board and how flawed it is now. So the fact that it's in conversation is a good thing. Because before this, it wasn't. And it was just going to keep happening to this man and the next man and the next man like it's been happening. But now it's got some national attention. It's being discussed. And I'm here for it. I'm sorry that you're not here for it. That's unfortunate. But I'm here for it. We here at the Real Speaks Web Show is here for that, man. So, you know, Free Meek.
Free Meek Mills! Free
Meek, man. Free that nigga Meek Mill, man. So yeah, man, that's really what I wanted to say. I got what I had to get off my chest, you know. 2 quick black facts real quick. That was my quick black fact, that whole injustice system thing, but I got 2 more things I just wanted to throw. Well, first of all, shout out to Tiffany Haddish for becoming the very first black female comedian to host Saturday Night Live. She did her thing on Saturday Night Live and she made history while doing it. So that was fire. Congratulations to her for that. And we also want to give another big shout out to Michelle Obama on becoming one of the most academically accomplished women in the world, because she skipped 2nd grade, then she graduated cum laude at Princeton, and now she just got her master's degree out of Harvard. So, you know, shout outs to educated black women. Shout outs to black women groundbreaking, making history, being the first black women to do stuff. Shout outs to the black people all over the world. And yeah, we just proud of that. Keep being black, keep being excellent, be unapologetic about expressing yourself and saying what you got to say out loud. Understand that things may not work out how you wanted to work out, but as long as we got it in general discussion, we one step closer to getting to solving the problem, man. Alright, so that's pretty much all I got to say for y'all on episode 3 of the Real Steez Web Show, man. Shout out to the whole production team, y'all. Shout out to the boy Malik, man. If you don't eat, you down the streets. I mean, keep doing your thing, y'all. We proud of you here on the Real Steez Web Show, man. And I think I'm gonna catch y'all next time on episode 4, young. Where I got a private chef going. We gonna shoot on, yeah. We gonna be eating good on episode 4.
When they get difficult, the shit I get into ain't making sense, man. I go too far, cause you could even play by the rules and get plucked off. And niggas praying for changing their destination, but they constantly complaining about where they at now. And I hate a nigga that worry right after he do some praying. You ain't doing it daily, then get that head bow. Okay, I'll wait while you get it together, cause you tripping, still trying to configure your business with pleasure. Nigga, whatever, and they ain't gonna like that. My freestyles got niggas like, say ain't right that. Niggas that came with your squad and they ain't fight back. Talking about getting them choppers and they be right back. Man, they ain't about that, that sound like pussy. It take less balls to let a hammer off than to jam a nigga heart with the hawk till he gushy. Mossberg dushing, please don't push me. Look, it's all good, it's just the world all bad. But we been knowing that for years, so why we still ain't adapt? And why I take a dead homie to get back on track, or almost getting locked up, then I wanna do bad. My skin darker, so the coppers, they be on my ass. That's why I talk shit proper and I walk with some class. And I never heckle to get back. Keep calm and hit back, cause everybody struggle. None of us wanna admit that. You act like you need that. Get clean and relapse, do the best that you can to get handed negative feedback. Fucking the liquor store up, get drunk and pull up. Keeping track of my shots, cause I ain't really trying to throw up. The game what I rep though, aim for success though. Fuck what niggas is saying, don't settle for nothing less though. Put them down with the right after I jab them with the left though. Niggas are eating well, you scrambling for the leftovers. Quicker you get it poppin', the quicker you get it over. Start stacking the profit as soon as you hit the quota. Carjacking and robbing as soon as you fuck the door up. Star status synopsis is clearly steering the rover. And I told Jesus take the wheel, even though I really dig the way y'all this shit make me feel ill. Meanwhile, you out in Greensboro, this new